There are two major types of digestion, chemical and physical. Physical digestion is the actual physical breaking down of foods, such as chewing, or the action of a bird's gizzard.
Intracellular digestion versus extracellular digestion.
Most animals digest extracellularly, which is the process of secreting digestive enzymes from within cells onto foods that have been ingested. Intracellular digestion occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell, mostly in plants or single-celled organisms such as amoeba. Digestion outside the organism is also extracellular, but is not ingested.
Organisms which digest outside of the organism include fungi.
There are three macromolecules: proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates. Each is digested in a different way. All three begin digestion in the mouth with chewing. There are 4 different types of teeth in the mouth, each with a distinct purpose. Incisors cut food. Canines hold and tear food, especially meat. Premolars and molars are used to shred, cut, crush, and grind food. The food is then transported to the stomach by the esophagus. Digestion of proteins begins in the stomach after physical digestion in the mouth and transport through the esophagus. Pepsin, an enzyme in the stomach that is activated by a low pH, breaks proteins down into smaller polypeptides. The pancreas excretes trypsin into the small intestine to break polypeptides into amino acids. The small intestine releases proteinase, which digests any remaining polypeptides into amino acids. The amino acids are absorbed in the large intestine and leftovers are excreted as waste. Lipids are not chemically digested until reaching the small intestine, where they are broken down into small pieces by the bile from the liver and the gallbladder, so that enzymes may work more quickly. Also in the small intestine is lipase, an enzyme used to break down lipids into fatty acids. They are absorbed in the large intestine and extra is secreted. Chemical digestion of carbohydrates begins in the mouth with the enzyme salivary amylase, which results in the formation of a complex sugar called maltose. Digestion then picks up in the small intestine, where amylase and carbohydrates break maltose into simple sugars such as glucose. Nutrients are absorbed in the large intestine, and excess is secreted as waste. The small and large intestines both have microscopic villi all over the intestinal lining that increase the surface area over which nutrients and water can be absorbed into the blood. This increase in surface area increases the rate that such nutrients can be absorbed.
Lastly are a couple of differences between animal digestion and human digestion. As mentioned earlier, birds don't have teeth, so they need to use a gizzard to chew their food. Also, because birds need to fly, they don't carry any solid waste and have no control over when they excrete their waste. Cows eat a lot of food which is very difficult to digest, so as a result they continuously regurgitate their food and then chew it and swallow and regurgitate and so on. Lastly, cows have a 4-chambered stomach so they can digest this difficult material much more quickly.